Welcome to day 8 of this Ramadan meditation series. Today we are simply going to meditate on the Al-Fatiha. The Al-Fatiha is the very first chapter of the Qur'an. Many of us use it in prayer. When I'm meditating, it's how I begin my own meditations. And it starts like this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. Just taking a moment to let those words sink in. The compassionate, the merciful. Allah, in all of His divine wisdom and intelligence, wanted this line to be the very first thing we read or recite when we open the Qur'an. But how often do we allow ourselves to really feel God's compassion, God's mercy? How often do we embody those qualities in ourselves? Compassion. What does it feel like to open your heart to compassion? Compassion for ourselves, our families, strangers. What does it feel like to open our hearts to mercy, to be willing to forgive others? Sometimes the hardest thing is forgiving ourselves. How can we open our hearts to be even more merciful to ourselves, knowing that Allah forgives automatically? And then we have the next line. Praise be to Allah, Lord of all the worlds, the compassionate, the merciful, the Master of the Day of Judgment. Again, twice repeating, compassionate and merciful. How can we carry these qualities in our hearts for the rest of this month of Ramadan and beyond? What can we forgive or let go of to lighten our hearts? To you alone do we render service. What are the ways in our lives that we render service, that we serve the greater good, the collective, humanity, in the name of Allah? How can we render more service to humanity? How can we fortify our hearts so that we feel strong enough to share our gifts with the world? Every single one of us has unique gifts. How can we use those gifts in service? To you alone do we look for aid. How can we strengthen our connection to the divine, to God, to seek help, guidance, aid in our lives? How can we connect to our soul selves who are already plugged in to a higher intelligence so that we continue to be guided? Guide us on the straight path, the path of those whom you have favored. In this line, we humbly ask for our path to be illuminated before us, the path of those who are favored, who receive Allah's blessings, Allah's guidance, Allah's light, not of those who've earned your anger. And finally, nor of those who have gone astray. So just taking a moment here to take in the profound first chapter, the most humble prayer a human can make. Guide us on the right path, the straight path, the favored path. As we open our hearts to compassion, mercy, and the courage to render service in your name. And we'll take a few moments here to breathe together, fully breathing in the meaning of this verse, encoding it in our body, minds, and souls as we reflect on its meaning. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, holding it here, and a deep breath out through the mouth. Taking another deep breath in, holding it here, and breathing out with a sigh. Letting everything that is not congruent with this verse fall away from your body. As we take one final deep breath together, breathing in deeply, pausing for a moment as we sip in just a little bit more air, filling our lungs, and finally releasing, letting your body fully, deeply relax as you surrender into the trust we have that we are always being guided on the straight path. The path of those who are favored, and that our prayers are heard. Sinking deep into that knowing, that trust, and carrying it with you for the rest of the day. Wishing you a very blessed rest of your day or evening. Thank you so much.